Hi, this is Cynthia Keating from GGT Footing. We are the equestrian footing division of the company called Polysoles Incorporated out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Originally, our products were sold in Europe at our sister company in Germany. Today, we're going to be covering a few different things. I'd like to start out with one of our newer products, which is a replacement for the traditional stall matting system that you see. We have something called the GGT Stall Ease. It is a non-woven textile. It's a thick bedding that you can use as a stall floor covering. We have had tremendous success with this in the market at this time, as it's a wonderful option from the rubber stall matting. This is our GGT Stall Ease product. It's soft, however it's waterproof. It's got a nice thickness to it, and it absorbs the urine down through to the gravel layer below. It can also be used with clay, but what's very nice about it is you don't get the pooling of urine that can occur while using traditional stall mats. So this also is something that has been used in an indoor arena as a separation layer over cement, and that is one of our options for you for your footing needs, not only in a stall but in an arena as well. One of our more popular products that we have is the GGT butterfly matting system. This has been used at the Kentucky Horse Park, a couple places in Canada, as well as private farms in Tennessee and here in Wellington, Florida, as well as a temporary product that's brought in and out for champion tours where arenas are leased on a short term. This product can be laid down and then pulled back up when the tour moves to another location. Hi, we're here with Drew Discount of Discount Dirtworks. We have the pleasure of introducing him to you. He's one of our top arena builders in the country, selling and installing exclusively GGT footing products. He's kind enough today to spend some time with us to talk to people about our new 8-foot swivel groomer that we've got on site here, as well as one of our 5-foot groomers. So Drew, thank you very much for coming out today, and we look forward to hearing what your input is in regards to the new groomers.
Okay, so we basically just received this. All we did was take it off the pallet, hook it up to the tractor. The first thing when you set these groomers up is you want to lay it flat on the ground on your footing surface to verify the exact true height of the front teeth. On the swivel groomers, they come with a front wheel. That wheel is designed to always run on top of the surface. If it's not sitting on the surface, it's too high, and you would easily lower that by cranking your top link in on the tractor. So we're sitting flat on the ground. The first thing you want to do, being that it's a swivel groomer, is make sure that it's perfectly level. And to do that, you want it floating on the surface. Right now there's tension on this top link. So so we know that it's fully flat on the ground, you want to adjust that in or out until we have play in this top pin. When we have play in that top pin, that's showing that the swivel groomer is flat on the ground. No tension forward, no tension backwards. The idea behind that is with the swivel, if it's not level and it's too far back, when you start turning, it's going to want to come out of the ground, or if it's too far forward, it's going to do a fishtail effect. So that's your first step. So that's covered. So lock your top link locking nut down just to make sure it doesn't move during dragging. Now, our next step would be, we could either do the front teeth or the middle section of grooming teeth. The middle section of grooming teeth are real easy. You simply lower this top link until they're firmly touching the ground, like so. Then you can lock it so it doesn't move. Right now, this is kind of the ideal slope for these things. And then you have your front teeth. The front teeth, a lot of people see the long teeth and they think that it has to go right into the footing all the way, but that's not true. You know, every footing's different. Some have more clays, some are pure silica. On a silica surface, which what we're on, it's an all-weather, you only want those teeth to go down about an inch. All they should be doing is knocking over the larger divots and then allowing the fine tedder teeth in the back, the spring-loaded teeth, to do the raking. So we could go down one notch with this, and I'll show you how to do that. So I won't be able to explain it while I'm doing it, but I'll lift the tractor up, we'll pull the rod out, and then we'll slowly readjust them down one notch, and Cynthia will be able to help me.
And that would be if someone needed to fix a very compressed
This
or
typically one notch down from factory. You want it to touch an inch is always the perfect starting height.
Okay.
And then if you have a more clay ring that's packed, then you can adjust them down.
To be a little more aggressive.
Depending on the fiber percentage, you know, GGT recommends 3/4 pound to 1 pound per square foot. You're going to be limited to how low you can go with those teeth, and it'll create a balling effect in front of it. So depending on the fiber content, the clay content, everything's going to, you know, come into play. So sometimes what we do for some clients is, if they have a high fiber but they want to loosen it up, we'll lower one, keep one higher, lower one, and we'll alternate, and it works well that way too. But again, every footing's different, every arena builder's different, and this is just, we'll set it up to work well on this silica sand.
One thing that I would like to mention, because I have seen situations where perhaps a barn has had someone or a few different people grooming, and by mistake they might drop these front teeth down too aggressive, and they can actually go into a base and then contaminate the riding surface. So it's very important that you do work with an arena professional such as Drew Discount, who can set the arena, not only grade it perfectly for you, but install the proper footing, and then set the grooming tool for you, because arena maintenance protects your investment. Okay, Drew, thank you so much. Tell us what you just did when you came out.
So we just easily lift it up. That way we didn't create a little pile of footing at the entrance. And what we're going to do is now lock it to make sure it doesn't swing around. And by doing that, we're going to just simply drop that and just slightly just grab this, and that'll slightly fall into play.
Perfect.
Like so. And now you're locked, and you can go do other farm chores. And this drag, I do want to mention, this is an 8-footer. On a John Deere 4000 series, we'll run an 8-footer no problem. The 6-foot swivels, I recommend on like a 3000 series. And then if you're in like a 2000 series, I would recommend, you know, the smaller drags without the swivel, which we'll show you here shortly.
We're going to discuss with Drew our 5-foot groomer, designed to be pulled with a smaller tractor or a device like the Polaris, and Drew's going to take it away from here. Tell us a little bit about the 5-foot groomer here.
So the 5-foot groomer is basically designed for, like Cynthia said, a smaller tractor. I would say 30 horsepower or less. They also come in a 6-foot in this size, and I believe
5 and 6. Yep.
Okay, so 5 and 6, and you know, the swivel units are a lot heavier, so that's why they require the bigger tractor. But the nice thing about these smaller units is they come with a drawbar, and the drawbar can be removed or replaced depending on your liking. You can pull it with a tractor and keep the drawbar on it, and it'll actually give it that swivel effect and follow like a trailer would. Or you can remove the drawbar if you're going to hook it up to a tractor and direct mount it to the 3-point hitch like the larger tractors have. So
tell us a little bit about this unit here that you
So this unit right here is a 2015 Polaris Brutus HD. It's a diesel. It has a bucket on it. They have forks for it. It just shows you that you don't have to have a tractor to design, these smaller properties, 5 acres necessarily, 5 acres, 2 acres, 1 acre, don't need a big tractor, where they can take something like this, drag their ring, push up their manure, do all sorts of things. But Greater Motorsports of the Palm Beaches provided us with this, and
Beautiful.
if you have any questions, you could contact them. They're out of Palm Beach.
Thank you so much. That was very nice of them to provide this. We do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. And so basically I'm going to show you a quick setup on this. When you exit and enter the arena, being that you're pulling it with a utility vehicle and there's no 3-point, you have to crank the drawbar up or down. So when you leave, you got to crank it up so it rolls on the rear basket. And then when you enter the ring, that's when you can adjust it down, which we'll start the adjusting process now. So basically, same thing on this particular ring. We don't want to go further down than an inch on the teeth. Sometimes with these drags, being that it's going to be setting on the ground, to get a true depth perception of it, you have to pull the machine forward, because right now the weight's on it. So we'll go down a little bit, and then you'd want to pull the machine forward and just make sure you're happy with the depth. So the depth I'm happy with. I'm just going to lock our link so it doesn't adjust while we're driving around. A lot of people also, a little tip is, to measure, pin to pin, and that way you know exactly where you want to set it once you like it. You can just do a quick measure pin to pin, or you can paint a line on it. There's little tricks you could do where right when you get in, you just set it and forget it and go. You don't have to do your adjustment every time. So the front teeth are set. They also come with some adjustment if needed, but on this unit, it's not a swivel, so it doesn't have to sit level. If you want to crank these down, if you need it to go deeper, you can. So our next adjustment will be the center teeth. Simply crank this down. Until we have some firm pressure on the footing. Lock it in place, and that's done. These smaller groomers also come with a leveling bar. Some people use them, some people don't. It's personal preference, but typically when you're using these, you want to have them barely touch the top of the surface. So I like to let it touch the ground and then pull it up and find the next hole that will accompany it where it's not touching the ground. This is designed, it'll carry a small amount of material in front of it, and if you hit a low spot, it'll actually fall in and fill in that hole. They work really well. I like them a lot.
Okay, so for demonstration purposes, we have dropped the leveling bar a little lower than we would normally recommend, and Drew's going to explain what's happened here and how he's going to fix it.
So basically, when the leveling bar is too low, it carries more footing than you'd like. So it's an easy fix, don't freak out. Just keep an eye on it when you first set it. Go down, adjust this up. And then simply go forward and just rake out whatever's left.
Perfect.
We're in Wellington, Florida, and this is Cedar Crest Farm, CDM Dressage, and they have a beautiful facility here, and we did their all-weather footing with GGT. silica sand, and we have a turf field around the outside, so
Beautiful.
they're very happy.
Well, the whole process with Drew has been very enjoyable. He always picks up the phone when you call. He's very honest. He actually educates his customers about footing, which I think is very hard to find. Whenever we had a problem, he was available. The all-weather footing outside, rain or shine, it always does the job. And actually, when the polo field was flooded this past summer, the arena was draining the polo field.
No kidding.
So,
wow.
Yeah, it really holds up to all of the Florida weather.
Thank you so much for joining us on Sidelines TV today. It's been my pleasure to bring to you the various products and grooming equipment that GGT Footing has to offer. A special thank you to Drew Discount of Discount Dirtworks, www.horsearenas.com. You can get a hold of Drew at 561-662-3739. And if you'd like to call me directly, Cynthia Keating at GGT Footing, it's 864-804-0011, and happy riding. Thank you.